But the forgotten side, these were called loyalists, these were Tories, these were Kingsmen. People would call them Royal Americans. These were the same types of farmers, merchants, lawyers, enslaved peoples. They were seeking freedom. They were indigenous allies. They were recent immigrants. They were men of the clergy, and they were cautious neighbors who feared chaos more than they feared taxation. Some of these people were very, very wealthy, obviously, and they were tied to British trade. Others were very poor and wary of upheaval. Some of these people genuinely believed that Parliament could be reformed, and some saw rebellion as lawlessness. It was disguised as virtue. It was very treacherous, very treasonous, and people didn't like it. And what united them was not ideology, it was actually just an overwhelming sense of doubt, which is super understandable. You know the old saying about how, what is it? Oh, people will choose a familiar hell over an unfamiliar heaven. That's very true in all walks of life. Like very true. I mean, I think we all probably know somebody who's choosing the same old over and over because it's very familiar, it's very comfortable. I get it. Familiar hell, it's safer that way. And that's largely what was going on with these people. There was so much doubt. There was doubt that independence would bring stability. There was doubt that revolutionary leaders spoke for every single person. There was doubt that tearing down a system guaranteed something better. These people were not villains. They were not heroes. They were questioning humans who were trying to think through things very carefully before they, you know, hitched their cart to any particular horse. I get it. Now, I will say that history often flattens these loyalists into these ridiculous caricatures, into traitors, cowards, enemies of freedom, which is just not true. There's no such thing as a one size fits all. Their choices were often rather agonizing. Supporting the crown could actually cost you your neighbors, your property, your safety. Supporting the revolution could mean betraying your lifelong beliefs or risking everything on an uncertain gamble that was going to take a Herculean effort to accomplish and achieve. And so it was very, very wise, if you actually ask me, to question or at least very carefully think through some of the ideals that were being thrown at people. And that's what these people were doing. They were cautious, ever so cautious. And there was really no safe side in these people's minds. And that's where the real intrigue lives, because revolutions aren't just fought by those who shout the loudest. This we know. They're shaped by the people who actually hesitate, who resist, who choose continuity over change, and who pay the price when the world decides without them. So tonight we're just stepping into their shoes. That's all I want. I just want us to take a look at things from a different point of view, because I love this point in history. It's amazing. Some of the things that were done, the speeches, the triumph, it's amazing. But there was a different side to this coin. This is not necessarily to excuse or even to condemn. This is just to understand better, which is my favorite thing in the world. And tonight, I really want us to understand the Americans who stood apart when everybody else was choosing sides and knew exactly where they wanted to be. These are people who were a little bit unsure, because sometimes the most revealing stories are the ones that history actually pushes to the side. Those are my favorite. I love learning about those. And I love a little bit of new information, especially regarding stories we've heard 1,000 times.